Okay, stop what you're doing with your 401k planning until you hear this. The brand new 2026 rules from the IRS just dropped, and there is a hidden tax trap that could cost you thousands, but there's also a secret opportunity to supercharge your savings. If you want to maximize your retirement, you gotta know how to play the new game. All right, let's get right into it. So, here it is, the headline number you're going to see everywhere. For 2026, the standard 401k contribution limit is officially up to $24,500. That's a nice solid $1,000 jump from last year. But you know what? That big number is actually the least exciting part of this whole update. Seriously, the real story is buried in the details. We're talking about huge new opportunities for savers over 50, and a brand new rule that could be a massive shock for high earners. The key isn't just knowing the limit, it's about knowing how to navigate this new system. Now, that extra $1,000 might not feel life-changing right now, I get it. But when you invest that money and let it compound for, say, 20 or 30 years, well, that simple little increase is like giving your future self a massive bonus. It's a powerful advantage you just don't want to leave on the table. Okay, so let's break down exactly how these new limits apply to you. And it all boils down to one simple factor: your age. This is where the strategy really starts to kick in. Let's start with the foundation. If you're under the age of 50, your max is that new $24,500 limit. To hit that, you'll need to sock away about $2,041 every single month. That's your baseline for building some serious wealth. But if you turn 50 anytime in 2026, and I mean anytime, even December 31st, you unlock something called the catch-up contribution. And for 2026, the IRS has bumped this up to a very, very nice $8,000. This is an awesome tool designed to help you really step on the gas as you get closer to retirement. And this is where it gets really powerful. You just add that $8,000 catch-up to the base limit, and you get a grand total of $32,500 you can shelter from taxes. For anyone in a high tax bracket, maxing this out could literally shave thousands of dollars right off your 2026 tax bill. But what if I told you there's an even bigger opportunity? Thanks to this Secure 2.0 Act, there's a special, limited-time window that, honestly, most people don't even know exists yet. It's called the Super Catch-Up. So you really need to pay close attention to this timeline. The regular catch-up applies for most years, right? But there is a unique 4-year window that opens up the year you turn 60. This is an absolute golden opportunity for those in their early 60s to make one final massive push for their retirement goal. So if you are 60, 61, 62, or 63 during 2026, your catch-up amount isn't $8,000. No, it skyrockets to $11,250. This is only available for those 4 years. Let's do that math really quick. The base limit plus this monster super catch-up gives you a total potential contribution of $35,750. But here's the catch. The second you turn 64, you drop back down to the standard $8,000 catch-up. This window is temporary, so if you're in it, you absolutely cannot afford to miss it. Okay, now for that critical warning I mentioned at the beginning. This is for all the high-income earners out there. There's a new rule taking full effect in 2026 that changes how you can make these catch-up contributions, and it could be a really nasty surprise if you're not ready for it. So here's the deal. The crucial thing to understand is that this rule is based on your FICA wages from the prior year. So we're talking about your 2025 income, basically your gross pay. If that number was over $150,000, this rule applies directly to you. It's not about what you earn in 2026, it's about what you earned the year before. And here is the new rule. You are no longer allowed to make your catch-up contributions on a pre-tax basis. The IRS is now forcing those funds, your entire $8,000 or $11,250 catch-up, to go into a Roth 401k. What does that mean? It means you pay income taxes on that money now, in 2026. In exchange, it grows and comes out completely tax-free in retirement. Basically, the government wants its tax revenue today. This has some massive implications. First off, your immediate tax deduction for those catch-up contributions, gone. But here's the bigger problem. If your employer's 401k plan doesn't even offer a Roth option, the IRS says you could be completely blocked from making any catch-up contributions at all. So your first move after watching this needs to be checking with your HR department, like immediately. All right, we've covered what you can put in, but there's one last number we need to lock in, and that's the absolute ceiling for what can go into your account from all sources combined. For 2026, that total limit, which is called the Section 415 limit, is $72,000. Now, this isn't just your money. This includes your own contributions, plus any employer matching funds and any profit sharing they kick in. And for any business owners out there with a solo 401k, this is your magic number. So, with all this new info, what's your next move? When I applied these rules to my own plan, it all just boiled down to a simple 3-step action plan that you can use right now. Here it is. It's super simple. First, log into your payroll portal and adjust your contribution for 2026 to take full advantage of these new limits. Second, if you're a higher earner, email HR today and verify that your plan has a Roth option for your catch-up. And finally, use these powerful new limits to your full advantage and maximize your retirement savings. And I'll leave you with this thought. Think of your 401k contribution space like a bucket that you only get to fill once a year. These limits are a classic use it or lose it opportunity. You cannot go back in 2028 and decide to fill up the space you missed in 2026. It's gone forever. So make sure you fill this year's bucket and save this explainer so you don't forget.